Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of HSP TV. Today is the 43rd episode and I'm going to do this episode around focus because I got a question from one of my viewers and the question is, how do I keep my focus? I am distracted so easily and I never accomplish the things that I set out to accomplish, and how do I better keep my focus? So that's the subject for today. If you're joining me live in this broadcast like Eddie is doing right now, hi Eddie, nice of you to join, then wave at me or type in your name, let me know that you're here and I'll give you a shout out because I always love to connect to the people that are watching. And if you are catching this episode in the replay, I would love it if you could let me know that you watched it by typing in #replay in the comment section. If you have any questions during this episode, feel free to ask them. I will do my best to answer them as best as I can and as quickly as I can. And if you feel you have a question that is not related to this subject or you're scared to ask it in person live, then you can also email me at info@2beinbalanced.com and I will answer your question in next week's episode. So today is about focus. How do I keep my focus? I have problems with my focus. I am distracted very easily. How do I handle that better? And other focus related stuff. Well, there are several things at play here that could be the cause. One thing can be that you have not clearly defined your goals. And there are several layers of goals that you can define. There is your big dream, of course, the thing that would make you insanely happy if you could have it in your life. For most people, that already is a problem, to dream big and to not let yourself be held back by the bears in the road. But then you need to break that big dream or that big goal up into smaller pieces. They need to be small enough to be able to achieve them. And what I see for most people is that they still have too big, the steps are too big. Their goals are too big, and that means that they cannot finish it in one day, and then they feel like a failure because they didn't finish it. And if you break it down into even more smaller baby steps, then you can finish it in time, and that will help you keep your focus. An example would be you want a new website. And that could be a really big goal, and then you need to cut it up into smaller pieces. You need to find a template for your website. You need to think of what you want to put on your websites in terms of images, texts, links, buttons. Also, you need to think about the colors that you want to use, if you want people to be able to log into it, if it has a private member section. These are all smaller goals, which is really good to cut them up into smaller goals. But even such a goal can still be really, really big. So let's take, for instance, what images do I want to use on my website? This is still a big task. If you cut it up into even smaller bits, then you could cut it up like this, and you could start by determining what images do I want to use in my homepage, or what images do I want to use when I describe my products or my services to people, or what images do I want to use that convey my general message. That cuts it up into smaller pieces, and you only have to find the images for your products or for your homepage. And if you find those images, then you can mark the task as finished, and you will feel good about yourself because you actually completed something. That's one thing you can do. What I like to do is I like to map out my week every Sunday. So every Sunday I sit down, I take my agenda, my calendar, and I look at the appointments that are already in my calendar. And then I start to look at the amount of space I have around my appointments. And then I can see which little tasks I can plan in those gaps of time that I have around my appointments to finish tasks and to get myself focused and on track for achieving my big goal. And this can be allotting time to do a course, like I want to be better at Instagram, for instance. So I could allot a slot in my calendar to watch a video course I have about how to get better on Instagram. But it can also be that you plan in to find the images for your home site to keep up with the example I already gave. And if you're not a business owner, then you can have, maybe you're doing a study. And you said, I want to do module 1 this week for my study. But module 1 probably consists out of several videos or maybe several chapters, several exercises. So if you want to cut that up into smaller pieces, you can say, on Monday, I'm going to watch the first video. And if I have extra time, I will also do the first exercise. And if you plan that in as 2 separate tasks, then when you've already watched the video, you can mark it as complete and you'll be proud of yourself for completing a task, and it will keep your focus. It will help with your focus. And if you then have more time, you can also do the exercise, and that's another task you can mark as finished. And that will also be something that you're proud of. And again, that will help you keep your focus. So big goals, smaller goals, baby goals, and then you can plan them in every Sunday around appointments that you already have to keep you focused and to concentrate on what you want to do, the steps you need to take to achieve your big goal. And that's also what I mean by number 3 in my top 10 tips to stay focused. Choose your moments. And it's not about, and that's why I say planning your week on Sunday with a pencil and not a pen, because it's also, it depends on how you are feeling, how your energy is, because we could have planned doing the first video and maybe the first exercise of our education on Monday. But if on Monday you wake up and you're feeling not like yourself, you have low energy, you cannot motivate yourself, and you're feeling dreadful, then our mind wants to force our body to do what we planned, and that will never work. And then your focus and your concentration will also not work because you're just not feeling okay. And in those cases, it is really good to just listen to your body, to listen to what your body is telling you. And what it's clearly telling you is that now is not the time to watch the video and do the exercise because you're not feeling right. And then I hear you say, yes, but what's then the meaning of the planning? And that is that you fill about 70% of your agenda. And if you are not in the right energy to do it, you need to trust that later on in the week, an opening will come for you to do the work then. And that requires to have trust in the fact that the universe has your back. And that is not an easy thing, but it's so worthwhile if you can manage that. Another big thing is that you are too distracted. And this can be distracted by several things. It can be that you're in a place where people walk by constantly or try to talk with you constantly, getting you out of your concentration and your focus constantly. And this, of course, will not help with your focus. So in that case, it's better to put yourself in a room with a door you can lock and then hang a do not disturb sign on the door. Hi, Pepper for Spirit. Nice of you to join. and that will help with your focus. Another one can be that you have too many screens open on your computer, that you get distracted by social media is a really big distraction. It can also be on your phone, constant bleeps of messages that are coming in, or blinking tabs in your browser that demand your attention while you are trying to watch a video for your course or something like that. And the solution to that is just to have only open what you want to work on your computer, and to put your phone on airplane mode or switch it off, or at least turn off the sound, so that you remove all distractions, so that you're able to focus solely on the task at hand, the thing that you want to do. Another thing that's also really important with focus is that you organize your breaks, because we have a maximum amount of about 40 minutes of focus, and after that it won't come in anymore. You will not take in the information that you're reading. You will not be able to focus, so you need to plan your breaks accordingly. And one of the great techniques for this is called the Pomodoro technique. It will really help you with your focus, but you can also set a timer yourself that every half hour you take a break, stand up, stretch your legs, come back, and then work a half an hour or 40 minutes stops again. And this will also greatly improve your focus. My 7th tip to you is also to reward yourself. So if you had planned to watch the first video and do the first exercise and you actually succeeded in doing this, then reward yourself for completing what you set out to do. Being able to focus, complete your tasks, and then reward yourself. And this can be with several different things. It doesn't have to cost money. It can be that you reward yourself with a nice ice cream, or a nice walk in nature, or maybe a back rub, or you give yourself a foot massage. There are all types of things and actions you can think of that you can do to reward yourself. And our focus is often on things that do not go well, and it is so important that you also focus on the things that do go well. So reward yourself, and this will make it nicer next time to finish your tasks, and this will help you with your focus and your concentration. You also need to balance your food choices, because if you are hungry, it is impossible to focus. If you are hungry, then the only thing your body is telling you is, I want food, I want food. And that constant nagging feeling inside your body makes it just impossible to focus and to concentrate. So you need to make sure that you are not hungry when you want to do something. But some foods can also cause you to become drowsy and to lose your energy, especially if you are allergic for something and maybe you don't know it yet. I had that for a long while. I was eating stuff I was allergic to, and it was causing me to become really, really tired. So that also doesn't help your focus and your concentration. And if you're already tired, a lot of us will take sugar or caffeine to energize ourselves, or we think it will help with focus, but it really doesn't. Yeah, believe me, it really doesn't help you. It will only make things worse, and you will crash harder after the sugar rush or the caffeine rush ended. So listen to your body also, and again, trust in that the universe has your back. And if at this moment when you plan to do this thing and you're not feeling right or in the right frame of mind, Moma, I cannot even pronounce your name, but I'm so glad you're here. Maybe you could tell me how I can pronounce your name. I've never seen your name before, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad. Thank you for the thumbs up. So food is also an important factor in focus and concentration. So make sure that you know what you're allergic to or which foods give you energy, but also listen to your body and the signals that it's telling you. And don't let your mind force your body in doing stuff that your body is telling you it doesn't have energy for, or it doesn't want to do it at this moment. And those are also important things. And the last thing I want to tell you, oh no, the second to last thing is you need to get enough sleep. And this might be a really obvious one, but I see in my practice that a lot of people still forget it. And I'm getting a request. Let's see what it is. No. A lot of people try to force themselves to do the things they planned because they planned it. And again, this is your head forcing your body to do something while your body is telling you it's not ready to do that. And we need to be kinder and milder for ourselves whenever this happens. And we also need to trust that a different time will come in which we will be more effective. Because let's talk this through. What happens when you force yourself to do something while you don't have the energy to actually do it? And then you will get distracted. You maybe read 3 words, or maybe watch the first minute of your video, and then you distract yourself because you cannot focus on it, and then you look at your phone, or maybe look if email has come in, or the cat does something funny and you start laughing about it. Hi Farisa, nice of you to join. I am good. I can still not pronounce your name. I'm sorry, I'm trying it, but I'm good. Thank you for asking. So head forcing the body, and it just doesn't work, and then you get mad at yourself because you wanted to watch the video and you get distracted very easily, so you force yourself back to the video again, and then maybe watch another minute before you get distracted again, and then it feels like a struggle. A real struggle to watch that movie, to get to the end of the movie, and you won't feel good about yourself, and it won't feel nice to have achieved the video if you ever make it to the end of the video, because it will take, even a 5-minute video takes a long time if you get distracted every 30 seconds and you have to pause it or go back to where you can still remember that you see it. So it's better than to just let go and tell yourself, okay, well, right now, this minute, it's not possible. And tune into your body and feel and ask, what does it need now? Maybe it needs a nap, maybe it needs a nice walk outside, and then to just do that and to trust that later on there will be a moment where you will have the energy and the time and the focus to do the video, to watch the video. And it's a process, and it starts with just doing it one time and trusting in that the universe has your back and that a time will come. And then the first time that time does come, you will think, it's nice, okay, so this is how it works. And then the second time you'll be inclined to do it faster. So please try it. If you recognize any of these tips or problems that I've mentioned, I've also listed them in the comments. It would be so awesome if you could let me know by typing in #1 if you have trouble defining your daily goals, or #2 if you have trouble dividing each goal into smaller baby steps or smaller tasks, or #3 if you have trouble choosing your moments, the moments that you work, the moments you plan to do the work, or #4 if you get distracted really easily, and so on. The list is in the comments. It would be great if you could let me know with which task you are having problems. Hi Eva, nice of you to join. Glad to see you here. And another tip I wanted to give you about focus is also to use music, for instance. One of the things that works really great for me is called Brain FM, but there are also similar versions for free on YouTube, and it's music specifically designed to help you with focus and concentration. It has a certain alpha beats and brain waves that will help you to focus better. They call it study music or working music. If you search it on YouTube, you will find a lot of them for free. And there's also a website that offers really, really good music and MP3s for it. It's also an app on the phone, and this is called Brain FM. And so that is one thing that works really well. And the last tip I want to give you is working with an app like Wunderlist. Wunderlist is an app that helps you group and organize things, and it also lets you plan tasks in your agenda. So if you have the big goal and you made it a smaller goal and you cut the smaller goal up into baby steps, then you could put each of those baby steps into Wunderlist and then attach actions to them and attach that to your calendar and make sure that you finished it before your deadline. This will also greatly improve your focus. So these were my tips on focus, on how to handle your focus and how to stay more focused, but also how to be kinder and nicer to yourself, and to sometimes just accept that in some moments focus and concentration is just not possible, and to trust that other moments will come in which this will be possible. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all again next week. Same time, same place, live on both Instagram and on Facebook at 7 Amsterdam time, GMT +1 or CEST, I've been told. Yeah, well, I think this is it. If you liked the video, I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up or a heart or a smiley. And if you think it is beneficial to other people that you know, I would really, really love it if you would share it with the people that follow you. Thank you, and see you all again next week.